Rafael, where you at?
I'm in parts unknown, Joseph. I
You
can't
supposed
just
to be in you supposed to be in space. I literally stole a spaceship to come look for you so we can do the top 10 again. You're not even in space?
not this week, Joseph. I'm
You
back.
made me come all the way to space.
But
I'm in space.
believe it or not, I'm in Alabama.
You're in Alabama.
You see those cousins fucking back there?
That's Mississippi, fool. We
Oh,
don't
okay.
do that. We don't do that in Alabama.
So how have you been, Joseph?
I've been good, man. It's been a while since we did the top 10. I know we
Oh,
told the millions and the millions that we wasn't going to do the top 10 no more. But let's go ahead and tell the audience this. Tell what happened. Rafael decided that he was going to get somebody else, somebody a lot cooler than me. It is what it is. I said, sure, go ahead. I mean, I talked to him. He seemed like a cool guy. He liked wrestling. I like wrestling. Let's bring him on. And then all of a sudden he said, you know what? I don't want to do this no more. And then I was like, wow. So Rafael came crawling back to me.
crawling?
Said, Joey, I'm coming back. I'm still in space, but guess what? I still want to do the top 10. I said, stay your ass up in space. I don't want you. No. But he didn't. But being that blood is thicker than money, I said, Rafael, you come on back. You come on back. We'll do the top 10.
Technically, blood is not thicker than money.
In our case, it is. I mean, we are the Lozadas.
What you sipping on there, Joseph?
Water.
Joseph, I have some terrible news for you.
What's that?
Because of COVID-19, not only am I wearing this mask, but I fear that the New York Jets will not be making it to the Super Bowl this weekend after the horrible schedule changes that the NFL has inflicted on the New York Jets. And if it wasn't for that, the New York Jets take the Super Bowl this year.
Okay, it couldn't be that the New York Jets suck and you just lost their best player.
That's impossible, Joseph.
Yeah.
So what else is new with you, Joseph? What do we?
I mean,
topic of conversation.
I cry every Sunday now, thanks to the Atlanta Falcons.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Hey, it's cool. University of Alabama is still undefeated at the time of this recording. But I get to watch all the game. Here's the cool thing, Rafael. I get to watch all the games in space. So yeah, I know. You did tell me. I should have came up here a lot. But now you're in Alabama. What part of Alabama are you in?
French Lick. I'm sorry, that's Indiana. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't believe you really in Montgomery.
Well,
if you was in Montgomery, you wouldn't be watching two cousins have sex. You'd be watching two people get shot.
But they were cousins. Are you really drinking water out of the jug?
Yes, I'm drinking water out of the jug. That's because we see in space, as you know, you have to drink water to stay hydrated.
Oh, I know.
So, yes. And see, I wouldn't be up here, even though I'm probably going to stay up here for a while because I came up here looking for you so we can do the top 10 again. I said, Rafael, I want you back. Let's go ahead. Come on back. But now that you're in Alabama, stay there. I'm coming back home next week. I'll pick you up. Don't move. And that way, we can do the top 10 together live. We don't have to use any of this video setup.
Is there better technology that we should be using for our video conference calls, Joseph?
Dude, I'm in space. I mean, this is $1 million equipment that I'm using. You know how much money it costs to get to space?
I can imagine, Joseph.
I know you've been here. So what else can we do to make?
Is there any alcohol in that Deer Park?
No. I can't. I can't drink.
Why is that, Joseph?
because of hypertension and all the other good stuff that the Lozada family genes gave me.
You gonna let a little hereditary disease stop you from drinking, Joseph?
Unfortunately, yes.
In space, no less.
Yes. So, you ready for the top 10, Raphael?
I am, Joseph. Always ready.
Now,
Born ready.
now, did you study the top 10?
No, because you didn't even tell me what the topic was this week.
It wouldn't have mattered. You wouldn't have studied anyway.
That's true, Joseph. You're totally correct.
So this week, since we did just go through the NBA Finals, the lowest rating NBA Finals ever in the history of the NBA, by the way.
I'll give you 10 guesses why.
I give you 23 guesses why. But anyway, we're going to do the top 10 NBA players of all time. Now here's the catch. Here's the catch, Raphael. There's ways to qualify to our top 10. Number one, you have to have a championship ring.
Ooh. Okay.
Okay. And number two, hate to say it, you can't be no bitch.
I think that eliminates a lot of top ranking people just because there have been some major players that never won a championship ring, Joseph.
Well, true, but I mean,
and although
I would say this, Allen Iverson, you should be on the list. Charles Barkley, you should be on the list.
What about LeBron James?
He disqualifies himself, Raphael, because he's a bitch.
I agree. Okay, so let's go with your top 10.
Okay, so let me go ahead and number 10, Akeem Olajuwon. Your take.
Akeem Olajuwon, although he was dominant in his era of basketball, I will say it was strictly because of his height, not necessarily because of his skill levels. And he just happened to be around really great players in his time. But
21.8 points per game, 11 rebounds, 3.1 blocks per game. I mean, he was a dominant center.
How tall was he?
I think he was like 7 foot.
No, he was more than 7 foot, no?
I don't know. I don't have that written down. I didn't know his height was going to be I think he was just 7 foot.
Is he really?
Yeah, I think he is.
I think he's taller than 7 foot.
You know, when he was a power forward for the Rockets back in the early 80s.
And then he turned 14.
Anyway, so
your number 10 is Akeem Olajuwon.
Wow, you're rusty. Our number 10 is Akeem Olajuwon.
Well, okay. Who's your number 9, Joseph?
Glad you asked, Raphael. So, let me see.
Are you just making this up as you go along, Joseph, in space?
No, I studied this.
Did you?
Yeah, see, we don't use paper in space. We use our little Tony Stark little mover around. Yeah, computer. I really wish Allen Iverson could have been on here.
Well, these are your rules, Joseph. You can't break them.
No, he deserves to be on here because he was amazing.
Why won't you break your own rules, Joseph?
Rules are not made to be broken.
Says who? The guy
says me. Huh?
The guy defying gravity?
That is true. But I'm not even supposed to be here. I'm supposed to be home in Alabama looking for you.
Yeah.
Because I thought you was gonna be in space.
I'm 2 blocks away from your home, Joseph.
Really?
Yeah. I came across a bunch of abandoned dogs for some reason. What is that with you people? Everybody's got a dog and just throw it out.
You ready for number 9?
I am, Joseph.
All right, number 9. Tim Duncan.
Tim Duncan.
19 points per game, 10 rebounds per game, 3-point assists per game, 2.2 blocks per game. Think how many championships did he win? Like 3?
I think 2 for sure, but his numbers still are better than most centers and forwards in the game. Are you aware of that?
Tim Duncan was amazing. Quite frankly, he was somebody that, I mean, you look at all the teams he beat, you know.
I believe Tim Duncan is from St. Croix. Am I right about that, Joseph?
I don't remember. I just remember that back in '97, there was 2 dominant players coming out of the draft. That was Tim Duncan. That was Tim Duncan and Keith Van Horn.
Yeah, whatever happened to Keith Van Horn?
I think he's up here in space with somewhere.
I think he's in Alabama someplace. There.
Okay.
Are you ready for number 8, Joseph?
Yes. Are you ready for number 8?
I am ready. You want to hear my number 8?
You want to do number 8? Go ahead.
I want to do number 8.
Go ahead.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Number 8 is the great 6-time championship ring wearing, jet plane flying, Robert Orry, who I believe won with Tim Duncan and the Lakers.
Yes.
Or I could be wrong.
And the Rockets.
And the Rockets. It wasn't with the San Antonio?
Rockets, San Antonio, and the Lakers.
Go figure.
So I think it was the Rockets, Lakers, and then San Antonio. It could have been like Rockets, San Antonio, Lakers, and then back to San Antonio. I don't remember. You know where he's from?
No, I don't, Joseph. Where? Tell me.
He's from Alabama.
No way.
Roll Tide. Yes.
He'd be the richest man in Alabama then.
Well, about Latrell Sprewell, he's from Alabama too.
Oh, really? Is he?
Yeah.
I remember him saying really country stuff when he was with the Knicks. Remember when he choked people in Carlissimo?
Yeah, I think you're speaking of country. I remember when he was speaking country then too. He was like, "I'm gonna choke you, bitch."
Yeah.
That's some Alabama talking right there.
I remember.
Well, you only know the real number 8 because Robert Orry didn't make the real number 8. But you know what? I take that back. You put Robert Orry on number 8. He's got a ring, and he ain't no bitch. So Robert Orry.
I would argue that whoever your 7 to number 3 are don't have the credentials that Robert Orry had.
Probably not. You know what? One thing is important though. You know what? One thing that he has that he has that most NBA players don't have, a championship ring. You know what? One thing he is not, Rafael?
The bitch.
He's not a bitch.
You think when LeBron James hears this podcast, he's gonna go crazy?
No, I think he's gonna count his money and not give a damn.
So who's your number 7, Joseph?
He's probably gonna blame racism.
Oh, Joseph, are you getting racial on him? Did you out in space? You're the first white man out in space? Technically,
no, you know what? Let me tell you why I don't. People ask me all the time, and they'll say, "Is it because of his politics?" No, it has nothing to do with his politics.
Who
really and truly, it does not. Everybody asks me all the time. My children. my kids come up to me all the time. It's like, why do you hate LeBron James?
Right.
Let me tell you why I hate LeBron James.
Go.
Because he's a bitch.
Oh, you saying because he takes all those flops and he never gets fouled and he takes a dive? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying the time that he went on ESPN and I'm taking my talents to South Beach. When the whole city made their money off you. You supported a city. You made Cleveland, Ohio. You made people want to get up and go to work. And what did you do? You left them high and dry to go to Miami.
I'm pretty sure nobody in Cleveland has a job. It's Cleveland.
Second thing. I remember one time he was taking some tape off his hands, and it was this old man. It was this old man just wanted to catch the tape. Now, truth be told, he had a Trump hat on, and LeBron James doesn't like President Trump. That's your right. But that old man did pay his hard-earned money to come see you, and all he wanted was catch the tape. And what did LeBron, the bitch James, do?
Oh,
he threw the tape away from the old man, so he couldn't catch it. And he did it out of disrespect. That, my friend, makes you a bitch.
but I mean, there are several reasons why he would have done that, no?
Yeah, because he's a bitch.
No, let's say he had some blood on that tape. He doesn't want to give his blood to some guy who's bought a ticket to a stadium.
Yeah, that's what it was.
And it's
because
it's garbage. You think he throws his toilet paper at fans when he's done wiping his ass?
If he would have done that to me, I would have got up, picked that tape up, and threw it right into his face.
Oh.
Why do you think the guy from Barstool Sports hate him? What's his name? What's the guy from Barstool Sports?
I have no idea.
He does the pizza reviews. One bite, everybody knows the rules.
Joseph, I've been away. I've been out in space, and now I'm in Alabama, so I'm totally disconnected from the real world.
Have you been in New York since you came back from space?
Not for a long while, Joseph.
Governor Cuomo has really done that to you, made you leave?
Yeah, look, I'm wearing a goddamn mask indoors by myself.
Man.
Because it's COVID-19 and it isn't COVID number 1, Joseph.
Don't worry. If Biden wins, it'll all go away.
You think so?
Yeah.
You think whoever goes away?
No. If Trump wins, it'll stay. The new. Did you watch the town hall? Did you watch those town halls?
Sadly, Joseph, I haven't had the time.
I watched them. Rafael, you know what? I know you watched them because you called me and texted me. And you was like, hey, look, I'm in space. That's the reason why I'm up here. And I was like, yeah, I know. I'm coming up there. I'm gonna find you. Don't leave. And you said, okay. Hey, I'm watching the town hall meetings. Trump is really getting like hammered by this woman. But I'm watching Biden and they're giving him a foot rub. I'm like, well, damn, they shouldn't give him a foot rub.
I'm gonna ask you a Joe Biden question.
Sure.
What's your favorite color, Joseph?
Blue.
Good. That's the hardest question Joe Biden has had to answer so far.
I know. Well, we can't talk about that because we're on YouTube. They will shut us down.
You think YouTube will censor you? Uh-oh. Did somebody just tell you to go take a shower in space?
No, actually what that was my daughter. Kelsey, come here for a second. I didn't want to be alone, so I brought her.
Oh, look at her. Is she wearing a shirt? Oh, it's Mickey Mouse.
Yeah. Thanks for
How old is little Kelsey?
Hey, get in the water chamber and go take a shower.
How old is the child now?
Huh? She is 9.
About to be 10.
She's about to be 10.
Is she boy crazy yet?
She better not be.
What about boy?
So hang on, Kelsey. Come shut this door.
You obviously don't beat your kids, Joseph. Why is that?
I don't know. They obviously
spare the rod, spoil the child, Joseph. So saith the scripture. I learned that from this guy down the block over here in Alabama.
Do you want to know what number 7 is?
Eagerly, Joseph. You got a lot of dings and whistles. Are you under attack in space, Joseph?
We have a lot of stuff to do here. Hey, space is... I don't know what part of space you was at. I'm in like the
Joseph,
third dimension.
I realize that the planet on your background is obviously populated. Can you tell me what planet that is?
That's Uranus.
Hmm. It looks well lit.
Yeah,
It's got a lot of light clusters in it.
that planet has took a couple poundings,
I can imagine, Joseph.
a lot of attacks on that Uranus.
So,
Yeah.
Joseph, do you have any
Number
predictions as far as the election?
Yes, I believe the Democrats will steal this election.
You think so? Joseph,
Yes,
that is a bold statement.
they're coming out hard on this one. They're coming out hard on this one. They're not playing around. I mean, celebrities are getting naked to tell people to vote. Hey, you remember in 2016 when the celebrities, like when Trump got elected, and they just got like, they start telling speeches and there was like repeat each other, and they would be in a white screen. Martin Sheen would come over here talking about dictatorship or some crap. And this lady, Julianne Moore, will come on there almost crying. Have you seen any Julianne Moore movies, Rafael?
Yes, I'm a big fan of Julianne Moore.
Really? Oh.
Yeah, she's a real sweetheart.
Yeah, I love some Julianne Moore.
Are you against Mark Ruffalo taking off his clothes in support of Joe Biden? And if so, are you willing to undress for Donald Trump in space, Joseph? All the fans want to know.
Do you hear that?
No.
That's the sound of tears.
Tears don't make much of a sound, Joseph.
Because you can't hear them. They're silent tears.
Oh.
I hear them.
So you're saying you take off your shirt.
It's Governor Cuomo. Turn up New York.
So I'll tell you something about Governor Cuomo. So that guy, whose numbers are horrible, they're worse than practically every other state in the country and worse than other countries themselves. He handled the elderly horrible by sending them back to nursing homes where they infected other old people and died. His lockdowns of business has ruined many businesses, and once this moratorium on the rent is lifted, many more businesses will lose out. But in all his wisdom, Governor Cuomo has written a book, Joseph, a book about how great he is. You probably haven't heard this news because you've been out in space.
Probably because I've been looking for you.
You got to read this book, Joseph.
And we got to know who number 7 is. One last question, though.
Yes.
Who's a better actor? Governor Cuomo's brother, Chris Cuomo, or Julianne Moore?
Julianne Moore by a lot. And I'll tell you why.
Why?
Julianne Moore was in a movie with your hero. You know that guy over your bed in the poster, Mark Ruffalo?
No, I thought it was Ron Jeremy.
Oh, I mean the other guy on the poster. So
the Incredible Hulk?
Yes. So he was like a semen donor who Julianne Moore had a child with. I don't remember the name of the movie, but you can easily IMDb it and see what I'm talking about.
Probably won't, but go ahead.
Julianne Moore was great. Mark Ruffalo sucked. And I think he was the worst Incredible Hulk out of all of them.
Yes, I agree. Especially after he did that AIDS movie on HBO and he was like in a bunch of gay love scenes.
I never saw that, Joseph, because it'd be too gay to even watch it.
I did. I saw it.
I knew it. That's why you're out in space.
Number 7.
Yes.
Shaquille O'Neal.
Shaquille O'Neal is your number 7?
23.7 points per game, 10.9 rebounds per game, 2.3 blocks per game.
Horrible free throw shooter.
Yes, that's why he's number 7, not number 1.
You want to know who number 6 is?
Was you going to say Larry Bird?
No.
Who?
I'm going to say one of the most underrated basketball players of all time, who is seen more for his defense than for his offense, But even in his offense, he was pretty impressive. Underrated, but impressive. And I'm talking about the one, the only, Dennis Rodman.
You're really messing up this list, Rafael.
How is that, Joseph?
I mean, you're leaving a lot of good players. You know, not see, it's official. Now Dennis Rodman is on our top 10. That means I have to take somebody off our top 10 that deserves to be on our top 10.
Dennis
Two people.
Rodman is one of the all-time defensive teams of all time. And I dare you to argue with that fact.
We're back. Rafael, we've been back. I had hate. I can't even talk right now. We're back after 3 months, and you're already screwing up the top 10.
Are you hate Dennis Rodman?
I'm saying
Buffalo gay movies.
I'm saying Dennis Rodman should have. I'm saying Dennis Rodman should not be on the top 10.
That is preposterous, Joseph. All of YouTube is in an uproar now.
Now I got to put my number 7 as my number 6 now. No more cutting in.
Okay, that's fair. So who's your number 6, Joseph?
Larry Bird.
Okay.
24.3 points per game, 10 rebounds per game, 6.3 assists per game. And Larry Bird, 3 championships.
I would say he was the best white boy to ever play the game from French Lick, Indiana, Larry Bird. Have you ever been to French Lick, Indiana, Joseph?
No, I heard you have.
It's a lot like Alabama with the French licking.
No, it's nothing like Alabama. It's nothing like Alabama.
Any other tidbits you want to tell me about Larry Bird, like when he was a coach of the Indiana Pacers?
I would like to tell you that you made Magic Johnson get booted off the list.
Because he's a little bitch?
You know, he is a little bitch.
I agree.
For some strange reason, he has this thing about Christian Laettner. Every time they talk about the Dream Team, out of everybody on the Dream Team, he goes out of his way to insult Christian Laettner. Did you see the Hall of Fame speech of the Dream Team?
I did not, Joseph. I was busy in space.
Well, no, this was like, 2012 when they got inducted to the Hall of Fame? So,
I'm pretty sure I was in space, Joseph.
So this is what happens. Every time you see talk about the Dream Team,
okay,
or tell some type of stories,
right,
he goes out his way to disrespect Christian Laettner.
Why do you think that?
I don't have no idea. I don't know why he wants to disrespect Christian Laettner. He was the person to go on the Dream Team because they needed the top 11 NBA players and the top college basketball player. At the time, they put the top 11. I don't care what y'all say. Isaiah Thomas is not better than John Stockton. The stats show it. John Stockton, the greatest assist player of all time, better scorer than Isaiah Thomas. No, Isaiah Thomas. I don't care what. Only Magic Johnson believes that crap. With that said, hold on. Every time they talk about the Dream Team, Magic Johnson insults Christian Laettner. It's not his fault. He was the greatest college basketball player at that time. You can say Shaquille O'Neal. Shaquille O'Neal didn't win championships in college. You can say Chris Webber. Timeout. He didn't win no championships in college. Guess who did win championships in college? Christian Laettner. Guess who was the greatest basketball player to play college basketball? If you just want to say what is college basketball, you think of Christian Laettner. That's why he was on the Dream Team.
But
that's why
he doesn't have any championship rings.
He does not. That's why he's not on this list.
Thank God. So you went on that diatribe for somebody who doesn't even qualify by your own rules?
My point is the bitch Magic Johnson needs to shut his mouth about Christian Laettner. That's all I'm saying.
Are you?
By the way, I don't watch college basketball, so.
You don't think Isaiah Thomas, one of the best players of that era, deserved to be in that Dream Team?
No. John Stockton got picked. Wanted to be on the Dream Team. You know what he shouldn't be?
I still don't know what you're talking about, Joseph.
Okay.
He shouldn't have done what?
He shouldn't have been a bitch.
How do you think Isaiah Thomas was a bitch?
He's a little bitch.
How so?
He cried. Oh, it wasn't on the dream team. Shut up.
I don't think
Shut up.
anything
It's
about
been long enough. You already got a gold medal. It's not like he doesn't have a gold medal.
What does he have a gold medal for?
He was on the Olympic team.
But not in the dream team.
Well, you should be a bitch.
I don't think it was.
If you wanted to be on the dream team, you shouldn't have been a bitch. You was a bitch all through your career.
No, are you out of your mind? Isaiah Thomas was one of the best point guards to ever play the game. Are you?
But he was a bitch. That's why he's not on the list.
I'm gonna have one of these hillbillies launch a missile into space and blow you out.
Well, what are you gonna get? A bottle rocket? Come on now. I love my state of Alabama, but damn.
The technology's not that good.
Hey, it is what it is.
Yeah. You guys still using balloons and rubber bands as condoms?
What are those?
Yeah, exactly.
Number 4.
Go.
Kobe Bryant.
That's a great number 3. I mean, number 4.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, that guy earned every one of them.
25 points per game, 5.2 rebounds per game, 4.7 assists per game. And he wasn't no bitch.
You want to see my only? I can't even do it. I can't even do it. Forget.
Well, go ahead.
No, I can't. Really, I can't.
I know what you're about to do. Don't.
You will get tossed off on YouTube if I finish this thought.
Don't do it. Shut up.
Who's your number 3, Joseph?
Number 3. Bill Russell.
All right, I feel like you're digging deep because you're running out of players, and whatever Google list you're looking at is.
Well, Bill Russell, how many championships did he win? Like 11-time All-Star, 11 championships, 22 rebounds per game. Was a player coach to win a championship. I think the only player coach. I don't know. I'm not sure. Number 3. Bill Russell. 11 championships. And you know what made him in the top 3?
What?
He was no bitch.
So I wouldn't have gone with Billy Russell. I would have gone with Dirk Nowitzki. And I'll tell you why he wasn't a bitch. Because every offseason, he would go back to his country and he would play for his national team. You allow those children to interrupt me, you backhand them. 5 across the eyes to the little girl. Or the little boy, whichever one that was.
Wow. Number 2. You ready for number 2?
Go.
Wilt Chamberlain. 30 points per game, 22 rebounds per game, 4.4 assists per game, couple championships, I think 1 or 2. 2 championships, and guess what?
What?
You know what he wasn't?
What?
He was no bitch.
You wouldn't give that number 2 spot to the number 2 guy in the NBA when it comes to the number 1 player of all time. And
he scored 100 points in one game.
That's because it was before the game was really the game.
Oh, no, you scored 100 points. No matter what era, you scored 100 points.
This is back when they would grab the ball, stick it between their legs, and push it toward the hoop.
He did it.
Yeah, but...
Okay, would you consider Jim Brown one of the greatest running backs of all time?
Yes.
Then you got to consider him the number 2 best player in the NBA.
What's your reasoning behind that?
Because, Jim Brown played in the 50s. Back then, they used to smoke cigarettes at practice.
I still smoke cigarettes at practice.
Yes.
I know who it is, but what I'm saying is that your number 2 should have been number 1's number 2, which should have been the one, the only hot ex-wife having Scottie Pippen. And I challenge you to argue with me on that.
Yeah, no.
Scottie Pippen deserves it because your number one is, I'm positive, the one, the only.
Greatest player of all time. The true GOAT. The one, the only. Michael Jordan. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Michael Jordan. He ain't no bitch. He ain't no bitch.
Take off your shirt like Mark Ruffalo in support of Michael Jordan and Trump.
Oh, man. Jordan and Trump.
Show the fans that hairy nipple. The one with the curly hair.
Hey, good night, baby. I'll see you tomorrow. Don't forget, we got to order that space pizza.
Oh, that's so sweet. She says goodnight to you?
Yeah, we're in space.
That's sweet.
That's what we do in here in space. We order space pizza.
Space pizza.
At Papa Dono's.
Papa Donald's. That's a good spot. I've been there before.
Yeah. See, you've been in the same places I've been. So, yes, Michael Jordan, number one. Your thoughts?
I agree with you 110%, Joseph. Do you have any honorable mentions you want to get out of the way, Joseph?
You know who did not make the honorable mentions?
Who?
Bitches.
I agree.
Yes. If you're a bitch, you did not make
mentions who weren't bitches and who weren't champions include but are not limited to Charles Barkley, Patrick Ewing, Dominique Wilkins, Bill Laimbeer.
Walt Frazier.
Actually, Bill Laimbeer does have a championship, I think, with the...
You're a Knicks fan. Why don't you say Walt Frazier?
I don't like his outfits.
It's Pete Maravich.
That counts him as a bitch, and therefore he's disqualified.
Pistol Pete Maravich.
And that was before my time. Can't really appreciate him.
So was Walt Frazier.
Exactly.
So all right, about George Minikin.
Never heard of him.
John Havlicek.
Your Google search is just turning up people nobody's ever heard of like you in Google.
Excuse me. I was allergic to your bullshit.
Did you just bring COVID to outer space, you son of a gun? You're gonna give everybody herpes.
Oh man, goodness gracious, Rafael, it was fun. I missed doing the top 10 with you.
Joseph, we'll have to do this again real soon.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. When the next time you want to do it? This time I won't be in space.
Okay.
Hey, let me ask you something.
Yes.
Do you own a laptop?
I do have a laptop.
You need to hook that laptop up.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you saying I should get one of those things like Zoom and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Is it worth it?
Yeah, I like Zoom.
I think I'm amazed that no other company has come up with better technology than Zoom, because I think Zoom's technology is kind of crappy. Very limiting.
You know, speaking of limiting and crappy, you know what else is limiting and crappy?
What?
Bitches.
You really have a thing against bitches, huh?
I don't like bitches.
Why is that? What did a bitch ever do to you, Joseph?
Just complain, whine, just complain and whine. Made the NBA suck.
In the immortal words of Ice Cube, who said, "A bitch is a bitch." Joseph.
As soon as I laid Leah down, she started screaming.
Uh-oh. What's going on, Joseph?
Are you done?
No, I'm not done.
He made me go on. So I was talking to him and saying,
I gotta go.
You love
my alien girlfriend is she wants me to put the daughter to the bed.
Do you read your children bedtime stories?
So what?
Do you read your kids bedtime stories?
Oh no, I don't read.
I know you don't read, but what about them? Do you just let them look at the pictures and let them read out loud?
Yeah, pretty much.
Does that put you to sleep?
Now, I got to nurse Jonah. I'm hurting, and Jet Li is down there screaming. This whole whatever it is you got going on, this little bromance needs to end. I need your help.
Okay, I'll be down in 5 minutes. Give me 5 minutes, and we can finish it. Because all the shit you just did, I gotta edit out.
No, keep it. It's great. This is what the family want to see. A little family turmoil. This is what the ratings come in. You hear
I gotta
the
go. I gotta go.
Have a good night. Don't get photon torpedoed in space. And don't get smacked up from the feet up by the missus.
Just make sure you take your ass back to New York.
I'll see you soon, Joseph.
All right, catch you.